and Finance Committee meeting 2025. Councilors, have you had a chance to look at the minutes from the last meeting?
Yes.
Is there a motion for approval?
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The minutes have passed. Next is consideration of the consent agenda. Councilors, do you have any items you'd like to place on consent?
I do.
Madam Pro Tem.
All right, thank you. I would like to consider item 4 on page 1 and item 5 on page 1 for consent and item 7 on page 2. And that's it.
Gee, okay, all right. Well, there's been a motion, well, just make sure.
Yes.
That's items 4 and 5 on page 1, and then item 7 on page 2. There's been a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye, the consent agenda has passed. First item is item number 6.
Good afternoon, counselors. I'm Megan Venable Thomas. I serve as the Director of Community Development for the City of Birmingham. And we're here to present the construction budget for the third phase of our Home for All program. This is the last phase for our Faith Chapel site. This is what will allow them to begin construction on the site. So what you see on the page here are some of the site plan that we're taking to the design review board, some of the renderings of what's going to happen on the space, along with the construction budget that has been bidded out by our Faith Chapel partner, by the contractor that they're choosing to utilize. And then on the other side of the page, you will see some renderings of the street view from the street of what the actual site will look like, as well as the elevations that you'll see from the side of the street looking along the Faith Chapel site. So this kind of gives you a view of what the overall site will look like. And at this time, I will take any questions that you might have.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Abbott.
Thank you. I did want to ask, does this amount of money cover everything,
Yes.
like tax tag and title, and all the little shelters that I thought we had already purchased?
So the shelters are already purchased. This doesn't include the shelters. This includes all of the pre-development, site work, plumbing, infrastructure, as well as placing the shelters themselves and the infrastructure the shelters need to be placed on the site. So this is all the things, landscaping, all of those permits, plan review. It includes the superintendent, all the demolition and preparation of the site. All of those things are included in what you see here.
Okay, and it will be fenced so that no one can come in and bother anybody?
Correct.
And,
With security as well.
okay, so there'll be 24/7 security?
That's correct.
And I hate to ask this, I can't think of a really great way to ask it. Will substance abusers with their substances be allowed to live there?
So there is no, they have no preconditions at this time around where you are in your journey. The purpose of this program is to support people where they are with the concierge service of understanding who they, what their needs are, and then getting them the support that they need. And so there's no expectation that people come already healed or already over any challenge that they might have, but this particular program is going to help them get that help that they need while on site with these wraparound services and shelter.
Okay, because one of the things we noticed at Magnolia Park, which became a large homeless encampment, was that the drug dealers felt free to visit at any time of day or night and openly sell drugs, and it became a mess. So how are you going to stop the drug dealers, who are always looking for a victim and some money, from coming around and making the area a problem?
Yeah, so I think what we've seen is when places are built with care, when they have security that's needed, when they have the wraparound service providers there, when they have the folks who are administering programs that are around 24/7. This is next door to the Faith Chapel Care Center where they're providing other wraparound services in their day center, that typically that type of activity wouldn't be on this site and wouldn't be allowed, particularly because of the security that will be a part of the site.
Okay, so the security will be not only inside the fence, it will be outside the fence.
Well, it's inside the fence or along the fence line, and so that often is enough to deter people from hanging around, doing any sort of illicit activity. But again, there's also folks that are going to be on site constantly, and so if there is illicit activity happening, then we can call our police department as well as some of our other programmatic folks like Urban Alchemy who can help and respond.
That sounds good, thank you. I can't wait to see these.
Same.
We got a tour, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Great.
Awesome. Madam Pro Tem?
Thank you very much. I just have two questions. I thought at first it was going to be 15 units, but it's 14 units plus the office. That makes the 15 buildings?
Correct.
Okay. And I would just happen to be looking at some of the budget information for the budget that we've just passed. And in the summary, it looked as if we were setting aside 1.5 million for this project.
No,
Is that correct?
No, so the 1.5 that's in the general fund, that is separate from
Okay.
the Home from All. That is just the initiative that Elena Melton is heading up when it comes to our wraparound services for homeless. When we think about Jimmy Hill Mission, those places like that, that's that 1.5.
Okay.
This was set aside, that was done out of CDBG and some of our ARPA funds.
And ERA, so we used a combination of funds out of
Perfect.
community development.
I'm glad you clarified that because there seemed to be some confusion just from comments that I was seeing about, what's the source of this funding. So thank you for clarifying that. And I do want to say that when we were in one of our meetings, NLC meetings, we did get to see the units and what they look like and some of the amenities there. And so are these all, well, they're I won't call them prefab, but are they already constructed?
Correct, so they're manufactured housing, so the siding of the units are already constructed and then we put them together.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Those are all the questions, Madam Chair.
Okay, and is this just for individuals or families?
This site will be for individuals, specifically men.
Okay, let's get some of that on there. And is it, like one bed, maybe like a
Correct.
small bathroom?
So there's a bed, there's a desk, there's the AC and heat, and they're looking to have microwaves in the units as well. But the bathrooms, showers, eating spaces, there's also a outdoor and indoor pavilion and community space. Those are communal spaces.
What about, so they wouldn't be able to cook, like?
So they'll only be able to reheat things, but there's a kitchen that is part of the site, that is a communal kitchen.
Okay, because I thought when we visited NLC, they maybe had a little mini kitchen, but, okay. And how long are they allowed to stay? Is it like a lease or, how
So
would
it
that
is a
work?
one-year pilot, so we are looking to continue to expand the program, so no one will be asked to leave before that pilot. But we believe that some people will be prepared to move to other opportunities sooner than that, which will allow for new residents to move in.
Okay. I'm trying to think, what about utilities? Does this money include that?
Yes, so the operational and budget
Okay.
included utilities.
Okay. And can you just give us some examples of the services Faith Chapel Care Center will provide for them?
Yes, so Faith Chapel Care Center currently does things like IDs, they do other type of educational, they do laundry service, there's going to be some mental health support, and other kind of health care support that's gonna come in. We're also talking about workforce, opportunities, so there's a number of, opportunities, but we can also provide a extensive list, if you all would like.
Thank you. Counselor Abbott, do you have any additional questions?
Yes, and I would like that comprehensive list because people ask all the time about this program because we started talking about it such a long time ago.
Yes.
That they think we forgot. So, and I know people are interested, but I would like to know also if, since these places have to be assembled, are there volunteer opportunities for people to help with the assembly?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So we're looking to partner with Build Up, which utilizes youth that are interested in the development field to help us with this. But we will put out a volunteer day to not only think about the construction of some of the shelters themselves, but also murals, landscaping, and some of the other fun things that can happen on the site. So more to come on that once we hopefully are approved.
Well, you never know, you might find an old retired city councilman that wants to help put things together, especially if they're prefab and it's easy to do.
Absolutely, we will definitely share that information.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Pro Tem, do you have any additional? Okay, well, if there aren't any additional questions, is there a motion?
I move approval.
There's been a motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
That item has passed. Next item is item number 8.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair and members of the Budget and Finance Committee. I'm here to talk about Restore, and actually since its launch in 2023, it's been the cornerstone of our violence reduction strategy here with the city. It focuses directly on justice-impacted youth and young adults who are often one decision away from entering into a life impacted by the system. And so without that intervention, they could continue down that same path in adulthood. You all have invested over the past couple of years, and we're looking to push that up and really provide additional services to a program that has shown amazing results in our community in helping our youth. And I just want to quickly just run down some of those numbers for you because I think that data is really important, and these are the things I promised you all when working with these organizations that we would tell you the impact. And so these results are real. Just from the top of this year, they have serviced 179 new clients, each with intensive case management. And within those 179 new clients, they've made over 12,000 direct contacts because we understand that best practices show that consistency and constantly contacting these young people helps them stay along the path of accountability, and it shows them that you care. And even in addition to that, we've had 25 graduates with either a high school diploma or GED this year. So again, leading them down a path of success. 85 cases were closed to court, which means 85 fewer individuals will continue in our justice system, which is already overburdened. And they've had 237 pre-release engagements, which means that they're intervening before reentry, so those that are currently incarcerated. And the average age is 15 to 16 for those participants. And some additional facts that Jefferson County Family Resource Center provided to us is that they have made contact over the program-wide over these years with over 6,000 direct impacts with the clients. So they're making real results, real impact, intervening with some of our most notorious groups or cliques or gangs in Birmingham, having weekly workshop sessions, and you all saw just last week the impact of involving those Restore clients in our Rise Up Birmingham program. So I think I'm really pleased with seeing what Jefferson County Family Resource Center has done in partnership with Family Court and G. Ross Bell Detention Center. So thank y'all.
Okay, awesome. Madam Pro Tem?
Yes, just for clarity, what's before us today, you said at least 120, that's your goal. Is that correct? Or what does the 179 compare? That's what you've done already in previous
Just this year.
program? Okay, perfect.
Just this year, it's almost 180 clients that are
Okay.
involved. Program-wide, they have dealt with more than that. So usually, I will tell you, our goal was 120 a year, but they have far exceeded that. So of course, the need is there and it's greater.
Okay. And is there a period of time that the youth will be in this program, or you're looking for a certain objective that you want to be able to measure this with? And then does that release the individual back into mainstream with families or society?
I think the cool part about this is that they understand that mentorship is a long-term type of thing. So they do engage them, I believe, for a period of a year. But I know that they also have plans that they set up with these young people to meet those certain goals. And so after they'll meet their goals, I know for a fact that those caseworkers are checking in with them, and not only the youth, but they're also checking in with their families, making sure their families have the support that they need, because we understand that we can't just focus on the child, we have to also focus on the entire family unit and be able to set them up for success as well.
I think that's great because you are a product of your environment. So
Yes.
get the family and their involvement and then part of this system, then the objective would, I think it would be met. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
Okay, Counselor Abbott?
I just think that this is a great program. Y'all do a wonderful job, and it's needed. You know, some people are allowed to grow up with intact families and educations and all that stuff, and some folks just don't get that start. So I think it's exciting. At first I was thinking, well, 25 high school graduates, GEDs wasn't very many, but that's 25 more than you had when you started.
Yes, ma'am, and that's
So-
just this year as
Yeah,
well.
and just to impact someone's life that way, I just think this is great. And I was interested in the doubling of the amount of money that was on the item. Is that because someone decided to double it because it was such a great program, or was that a typo?
No, we know the success of the program needs the funding behind it for it to stay or remain successful. So that helps the outreach and the increase touch points to those families. So that's the reason why the increase.
Okay, so there'll be more people on the street
That's
touching
correct.
people.
That's correct.
Okay, good, thank you.
Okay, I don't have any questions, okay. Is there a motion and a second?
I move approval.
All in favor, say aye. Aye, the item has passed, thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is item number 9.
Oh, that's me. Oh, so what's before, what's before the council is just our yearly, renewal for Class Tran for our paratransit service within the city of Birmingham.
Okay. Counselor Abbott?
Well, you know, I know that I should remember the difference between Class Tran and the BJCTA and all the other people that are trying to get people around, but can you just remind me why we have two organizations doing?
So I'll give you my interpretation of it, and somebody can help me if I'm saying it wrong. So BJCTA can only pick up so far off a fixed route for a paratransit service or ADA compliance service. What Class Tran does is help outside of that footprint where the federal government said they cannot use those federal funded buses to go pick up people for paratransit service. So we use Class Tran to augment that service so they can go past that footprint outside of what is allowed. And so that's what Class Tran does.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I'm fine, I just couldn't remember.
It's okay. We get it.
Thanks. It happens to you too, right?
All the time.
Even though you're a young kid.
Madam Pro Tem?
No. I was gonna ask, but I see it's a term of 2 years, correct?
Correct.
All right, thank you. That's not a question.
Is there a motion and a second?
I move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. The item has passed. Item number 10.
Bring up Judge Sparks. Here come the judge. Here come the judge.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Andre Sparks, and I'm honored to serve as the presiding judge at the City of Birmingham's Municipal Court. The item before you is a contract that we have with the Administrative Office of Courts certified on the CRO program. And the CRO program is not new to the city. We've been signing this contract for years. It simply allows us to have on-staff drug treatment providers who have been certified by the Administrative Office of Courts. It's part of what we do to try to help people deal with the substance use issues they have.
Awesome. Madam Pro Tem?
I don't have any questions, thank you.
Okay. Counselor Abbott?
Okay, so this is the program that results in the drug court and all the people that get into that?
Actually, no, this is foundational across the state. The CRO program is required according to the state's Mandatory Treatment Act. And this is courts that run treatment programs are allowed to contract with AOC to provide certified personnel who are versed in all, we'll say all things drug treatment. Our drug court program is completely separate from this. Not all courts have drug courts.
No, well, I knew they didn't, and we had one, but I just wondered if this was related in any way to that.
We use the CRO program as a foundational step. Drug court is for the worst situations we have. Everybody won't qualify for a drug court, but just about everybody's able to go through our CRO program and get outpatient treatment, get alcohol awareness training. So this is a baseline program that we contract with, and we have members of our staff certified to administer this program.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I don't have any questions. Is there a motion and a second?
I move approval.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the item has passed. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you so much.
Next one is item number 11.
Yeah, thank you, Counselor. This is our annual three-year renewal for the Alabama Jazz Hall of Fame. This is our management agreement with that facility for a period of 3 years at $185 per year.
Okay.
Have any questions?
I didn't know she wanted to speak.
Thank you so much.
Yes, can you just state your name and who you're here with for the record?
I'm Dr. Leah Tucker. I'm the Director of Operations for the Alabama Jazz Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And we're located downtown in the historic Fourth Avenue District. We have been a cornerstone of that district since 1978 is when our organization was incorporated. And you gotta excuse me, y'all, coming from my doctor's appointment,
No,
and
you're fine.
everybody
That's good enough.
everybody is kind of fuzzy.
No, it's okay. Oh, no, you're perfectly fine. Counselors, do you have any questions?
I do.
Counselor Abbott?
I have one. I wanted to know about the sanitary sewer problem y'all were having a few months ago, and
Yeah.
whether that is
I can
resolved?
speak
And if
to
it's
that.
not,
Okay.
Ms. Tucker, I can speak to that.
Okay.
So we're working on that because we had to work with the county, to make sure that the line was adequate. So our capital projects is currently working on a proposal to try and alleviate that issue with the flooding into the basement.
yeah, because you don't mess around
Yeah,
with
we weren't trying to point
sanitary.
fingers because we knew it was a
No.
county issue, but we know that part of it is the city's obligation, and part of it is the county's obligation. So we're working on it.
So I can speak a little bit
That's okay.
more.
That's okay.
I don't need to? Okay.
Yeah, Chaz doesn't want us to get too much information, but I wanted to ask, I know the county is in charge of the sanitary sewers that
Correct.
flow under our streets, but when you tap into the sanitary sewer, who does the tapping?
It's the county, but it's in conjunction with us because it's certain levels of testing that has to be done to make sure the outflow and inflow works. So it's coordinated between the city of Birmingham, PEP, and the county.
Okay, and so they're being highly cooperative?
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
And we're taking care of it.
Because we don't want our displays that were so hard to get constructed to be ruined by
Yes, ma'am.
that.
Well, it did happen. It did backflow.
Yeah.
And it ruined our new exhibit that we just got in, the BBRM, and it also ruined our radio station studio. So now we had to move the studio to another location, and, it's disheartening because we've been working on those projects for a long time.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I think we all heard from Bob Friedman 2 or 3 times at least.
Yeah.
So we were aware of it, and our tour happened I guess it was right before it happened. So we were timely in a way. So thank you for the information.
Sure.
Okay. Madam Pro Tem?
That would have been my only question.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, is there a motion and a second?
I move approval.
All in favor say aye. Aye, the item has passed. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Next item is item number 12.
Yes, this is another renewal of the yearly agreement between the city and the Nettle Veterans Day Parade. So we have increased our funding for the parade, which is, I think, Don, it's the longest, oldest Veterans Day Parade that's in the United States. So we want to continue our partnership with them to continue to host this in the city of Birmingham.
Okay, councilors, do you have any questions? Counselor Abbott?
No, I don't have any questions.
Madam Pro Tem? Okay,
I mean, since he explained why the amount of money went up, that was all I was wondering about.
Right.
Did they ask, or
Yeah,
did we just?
they asked for the small increases, $8,000 increase. They just wanted to make sure that we continually work with them and, you know, we work with them on all the planning, the logistics, the public safety aspects of it. So we're good partnership with them.
So does Public Works get involved doing extra work after the parade for all the stuff people leave behind?
Yeah, we coordinate that with any parade or any race or whatever that's handled in the city of Birmingham. So we try to be intentional by placing garbage cans along the route. So yes, Public Works has a crew that does that only for special events.
Okay, thank you.
okay. Was there a
I
motion and a
move
second?
approval.
All in favor say aye. Aye. The item passes. Next item is item number 13.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, committee members. My name is Aurelio Johnson. I serve as Senior Project Manager to the Department of Innovation and Economic Opportunity. The project before you this afternoon is an agreement with the City of Birmingham and Wills Group that will bring 70 new jobs to the City of Birmingham, and the city in turn will award them $1,500 per job over the next 3 years. There's a maximum of $105,000 that the city is committed to, and there's a ramp-up period again of over 3 years. The city is also protected by that they will remain in business for 5 years. In the event that they're not, that there's a clawback that some of the fundings that's been appropriated will come back to the city of Birmingham.
Okay. Madam Pro Tem, do you have any questions?
Well, I did just want to hear more about the company itself. I know they're bringing in the extra jobs and everything, but
Sure.
what
They are a
services?
software design company for taxes. They're it's a local company. They were located within Innovation Depot for years, and now they have grown as such to what there is going to add 70 net new jobs that's going to come into the company.
And do we know we say software design, so this would be like IT?
Yes, ma'am.
Those type tech
Yes, ma'am.
jobs? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Counselor Abbott?
So where is this business located? I mean, I know they aren't fitting 70 new employees in the Innovation Depot, so.
This is the attorney, Mr. Raymond James. He can give you
Hello.
the detail.
Yeah, so currently they're in the Innovation Depot
Oh, where are they going with their 70 new employees?
of their new location.
Yeah.
Oh, they're staying in the Innovation Depot. They're not expanding as far as a physical location, but they're going to hire, additional persons that will be working. It's a software company, so they don't need a lot of space, but they do need to hire employees.
Oh, so they'll be working from their homes.
No, they'll be able to get additional space within Innovation Depot, from what I understand currently.
Yeah, 70 sounded like a lot.
Yes.
Okay, so they're gonna stay at Innovation Depot. Okay, that was what I wanted to know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I had the same question, because I saw a new facility. I thought, you know, they were going to a new building or something, but, okay.
They're gonna stack them.
Yeah. Look, Innovation Depot is pretty big, though. Okay, do you guys have any additional questions? Okay, so motion and second.
Move approval.
All in favor, say aye. Aye, the item is passed. Thank you. Item
Thank
number
you.
14.
We'll bring up Mr. Director Burrows, Darryl Burrows.
Good afternoon, Darryl Burrows. I serve the city of Birmingham as Chief Information Officer.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about this item?
Yeah, so on this particular item, the company Kavu closed and renamed under Sinago. And so we had to do a new agreement. In the process of doing that, we also have onboarded 6 new employees in our Enterprise Systems Division, which is responsible for the development, deployment, and support of applications. So we have a huge training that we're doing for them. for agile project management and also for the support of Oracle in our new version of our timekeeping system.
Thank you. Madam Pro Tem?
I don't have any questions. I do have a comment, though. I do want to congratulate you. I saw something LinkedIn. I believe you wrote an article, or you talked about the processes that you all went through with the ransomware
Yes, ma'am.
thing. So congratulations. It told a lot about what was going on behind the scenes and
Yes,
how
ma'am.
you were able to recover. We recovered so quickly because of the backups that you've
Yes,
been
ma'am.
doing, correct? All right, thank you.
Thank you to the team that works in IMS.
Thank you.
Awesome. Counselor Abbott?
Okay, I want to make sure I understand. So the CAVU Benefit Corporation went out of business and a new company
Right.
took their place, or was it the same
It's
people?
the same group.
They just gave themselves another unpronounceable name.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that's just to keep us on our toes. So the 6 new people are to help employ,
so-
train our people?
Yeah, that's Enterprise Systems Division of IMS, which is responsible for the application development, for the deployment and support of applications. We're onboarding 6 people in that division. And as the process of doing that, we moved to a new project management called Agile. And we're going to be training them on that. Also, they're going to be supporting the new ERP system, so we get them updated in Oracle and also our new timekeeping system.
Good.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Well, I don't have any questions. Is there a motion and a second?
I move approval.
All in favor say aye. Aye, the item is passed. Thank you. Item number 15.
Yes, Committee, this is just our annual renewal for the Jefferson County Greenways Commission. This is the funding agreement that we have for them to maintain and operate the Red Mountain Nature Trail.
Okay. Is there a representative here?
Good afternoon, counselors. My name's Leah Davis. I'm the External Affairs Director for Jefferson County Greenways. Just want to say thank you to the City of Birmingham for continuing to support us. I also want to introduce our new CEO, Daryl Washington. Daryl joined us in May. I think you all know him from his work previously with Urban Impact and recently with the City of Montgomery. A couple updates for Red Mountain Park. We are breaking ground on restrooms at the end of the month that expect to be completed by the end of the year, thanks to an investment from Innovate Alabama. So once we have the ribbon cutting on that, I'll definitely make sure that all the counselors and particularly Madam Pro Tem are involved.
Okay. Awesome. Madam Pro Tem?
I'd like to have a question. Thank you for giving us that additional update. I also know that you all are planning on doing some renovations to the Frankfurt.
That's it.
That's what this- that is
That's
what
what
you're
this
talking
is.
about?
So we're adding those restrooms there, and we're going to create that entrance to be fully accessible, wheelchair accessible. Those are the 2 barriers to the park that really prevent those with disabilities, but particularly the high senior population that's in District 7 from visiting.
Perfect. And you know, the wall that's across from it's next to the East Brownsville neighborhood, there's a retaining wall there, I believe. We were wondering sometimes if maybe we could paint or put murals up there, but is that owned by Freshwater Land Trust? It's across the street.
That actually may be a different landowner,
Okay.
but let me get with Russia
Okay.
and we can figure that out.
Thank you. My only question, thanks.
Counselor Abbott?
Okay, so Daryl Washington is the new director of the Jefferson County Greenways Commission or the Red Mountain Park?
Yes, so in 2023, we expanded and merged operations and maintenance of Ruffner Mountain, Red Mountain Park, and Turkey Creek. And so we are colloquially known as Jefferson County Greenways, but our state agency is the Jefferson County Greenways Commission, and then our foundation is the Jefferson County Greenways Foundation, and Daryl is the CEO of both, bridging both organizations for that public-private partnership.
Okay. That was what I was trying to get straight in my mind. You know, I've heard it once before, but I needed to hear it again.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
But so the 3 places that are being managed by the Jefferson County Greenways Commission are Ruffner Mountain, Red Mountain, and Turkey Creek.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. I don't have any questions. Is there a motion and a second?
I move approval.
There's been a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That item has passed. Next item is item number 16. Thank you.
Miss Alicia
Mayor
Lumpkin.
Ward.
Now, when Roughing the Mountain come up, Ms. Abbott, I don't want you to ask them same questions again. When Roughing the Mountain comes up, don't ask the same.
While she's come up here, I need us to reconsider, item 15 for the vote. I just need to reconsider it for the vote. Okay, we can go with the same motion and second.
So what are we doing?
They already voted on it.
Oh, I move for reconsideration of item 15.
Okay, and is there a motion for approval?
I move approval.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And note my abstention. Thank you. Item 16.
All right. Good afternoon. I'm Alicia Lumpkin, and I serve as the Director of Process Improvement as well as the Chief Service Officer for our AmeriCorps Vista program. The item before you today is the continuation grant and the funding that goes along with it to renew our AmeriCorps Vista program. Currently, we do have about 10 members that we are continuing to work with, and we just got some information that we may be able to hire on to continue out throughout the year. But the funding that's associated with it is the same amount of funding that we present each and every year. Nothing has changed, so the grant itself is still the same.
Council Abbott, do you have any questions?
I wanted to ask about what a cost share.
So it's a matching grant, so the city pays a portion and AmeriCorps pays a portion for us to be able to conduct the program. So this is our portion that we pay and contribute to the grant.
Okay, but the Vista members, we pay the whole, we pay for all of it?
No. So technically, it's only 3, as you see right here, and AmeriCorps pays for the remaining members.
The 22?
Currently, yes.
Okay. That was my question.
Okay, Madam Pro Tem? I don't have any either. Is there a motion and a second?
I move approval.
All in favor say aye. Aye, that item is passed. Thank you. Item number 17.
Yes, thank you. So what's before the council is just the extension of our current lease and operating agreement between the city and the Birmingham Airport Authority for them to continue to operate the airport authority on our behalf
Okay,
for the next 25 years.
awesome. Do we have any representatives from?
Yes, we have Mr. Ron Matthew, the Executive Director,
Okay,
the CEO.
Good afternoon, council members.
good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Thank you for considering this item. This is a request for an extension of the operating agreement for 25 years. We currently have 2 deals that we have worked that we can't fully effectuate because we don't have the term. We have about 20 years left, and they need 30 years to amortize their projects. One is for $40 million and the other is for $32 million, both to be spent here locally in Birmingham. In addition to that, we're looking at negotiating lease with one of the largest tenants, Kaiser, that expires in 2029. We're not able to do that because we don't have the term to be able to give them and consider it. So we respectfully request your consideration of this extension so we can bring, at a minimum, $72 million of economic activity into the city.
Okay, awesome. Madam Pro Tem, do you have any questions?
My only question, this is an extension, correct?
Yes.
And so none of the agreements or anything that we're doing as far as what's currently being done.
No,
changes.
nothing has changed from the original First Amendment that's going to the Second Amendment until what, the Mr. CEO, Mr. Ron Matthews noted, they need the lease to extend for them to continue the deals that they have on the table with other vendors and other parties that want to be inside the footprint of the Alabama,
Okay.
Birmingham International Airport.
And by making these changes, we feel we'll reap or you'll gain $72 million as a result of these changes, or is this the cost for this?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
The money
No,
that we're
it's-
talking
that
about?
is, that's not a cost, that's a benefit that's coming into the city
Benefit that's
for
coming.
the
Correct.
recruitment of new businesses.
It's the investment from the 2 entities.
Okay, thank you. That's it for me.
Counselor Abbott?
And what are the names of the two entities that are investing?
Sure, Atlantic Aviation and Millionaire.
Millionaire?
Millionaire. Now,
Millionaire.
Millionaire, yes, ma'am. They're a fixed-base operator.
I like that. Millionaire. I always aspired to be one of those. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay,
you,
I don't
ma'am.
have any questions. Is there a motion?
I do
Yeah,
have
I'm
one
sorry,
thing.
Madam Pro Tem.
I do want to thank you all for the responsiveness. I've been to some of your meetings before where you have different airlines that talk about the services they're going to provide. And I know that you're aware of what's going on and people traveling in and out and maybe the need for more, a straight flight rather than getting connected flights. And I know direct flights, thank you. And so I want to thank you all for that and sort of working with the airlines to enhance the number of people that can travel in and out of our airport. So thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you.
Okay. Counselor Abbott, do you have anything?
I had another question, and that is, I recall that the airport authority is supposed to pay the city $10, is it a year? For lease of the
Yeah,
airport?
It's a very nominal fee there, yeah.
Well, what I want to know is, do y'all really give us a check for $10 every year?
I actually think we wrote a check, a little bit more than that, for the whole period of time of the extension, because we're supposed to do it a year. We just want to make sure we didn't forget. But you know what, let me do this. Let me get that detail specifically for you, and then I'll get it to you this afternoon or tomorrow morning.
It works.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
that
we
was,
did pay it.
that's a pretty good deal, though. It's a lot of acreage for $10.
Well, the economic activity is amazing.
I'm just kidding you. I was amazed to hear it when I learned it, and I just thought that was pretty fascinating. How did they arrive at $10?
What it goes back to is federal regulations in terms of revenue diversion. So it's a recognition of the fact that the land is owned by the city but being managed by the airport. So it's a very, very nominal amount for the activity that takes place at the airport.
That's good to know, thank you.
Yeah.
welcome, ma'am.
Madam Pro Tem, do you have any? Okay, is there a motion?
I move approval.
All in favor, say aye. Aye, that item is passed. Thank you. It's always good
Thank
to
you
see
very
you.
much.
We have two items under old and new business. We're gonna mark as item 18A. This is the Magic City Classic. I don't know who. Is that you, Jeff? Or Terrence? Who? Okay, Jeff. Okay.
Go ahead, Mr. McDaniels.
Madam Chair, before you, you have the annual Magic City Classic resolution for the amount that is appropriated in the budget, which is $1.8 million. And the idea is to assist both the administration and the council with being able to move incidental expenses that are accruing now in anticipation of the 84th Magic City Classic.
Isn't it the 84th Amazon Magic City Classic?
Correction, let the record reflect the 84th Amazon Magic City Classic, yes.
Okay. Someone was making a little joke about that, an event I was at, but, Counselor Abbott?
I'm still looking for the backup paperwork. Is it here?
For Magic City
For the
Classic.
18A? I have old and new business. Maybe it's buried.
I don't think so.
Okay. So, may I ask a question?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Counselor
so
Abbott.
just refresh my memory. That 1.85 million, that pays off the schools and puts on the classic and pays for all the police and
Correct.
public
So
works
the-
and,
Yeah, so the largest portion of the 1.8
Buses.
is the $1 million that is split between both schools, for state and A&M. The rest of the funding goes for basically the operations for the entire week, from the transportation shuttle routes that we pay a vendor to do the buses from the Crossplex and from the Botwell to get to the classic for the tailgating experience. Just the little things that we do for around to make the stadium look good, for the ushers. It's a whole, we can present last year's expenditures to the council, show them the breakdown of what we spent most of the money. But it goes towards the day-to-day operations for the Magic City Classic for that week, not just for that day, but for that week. Site prep for the tailgating spots, to cone them off, spray paint, flowers, things of that nature.
yes, thank you.
Is that it? Okay, Madam Pro Tem? No question. Okay, I just have one question. Don't kill me. It's about the Wi-Fi. Is there an update on the plan to improve the
I know
Wi-Fi?
Mr. Burrows left, but they
Okay.
have been working on
Sure,
that.
ask him that, okay.
Yeah, so I'll get you an update, but I know that in lieu of the Wi-Fi that we're still trying to work on because it's a capacity issue. Once everybody starts getting on the Wi-Fi, then
Yeah,
it diminishes it. We have intentionally worked very closely with our carriers, the AT&Ts, the Sprints,
Okay,
you know,
good.
the Verizons of the world. So I think the game day experience was a little bit better last year when people didn't have to use the Wi-Fi, but we'll still do that with them bringing in their own cows, as they're
Okay.
called,
Yeah.
KAW, to make sure that the game day experience where people will still have accessibility to their
Yeah.
phones will still work.
Okay, just for like safety reasons, like
Yeah.
if you lose somebody or anything like that. I think I have another comment. Well, so maybe this is for Park Board, but I know we were required to do some renovations to Legion Field, like the ADA.
Yeah, those were
access-
completed, yes.
Those been completed? Okay, I just haven't been out there. Okay, perfect. All right. Anybody else have any questions?
I'm good.
Not, is there a motion?
I move approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The item has passed. And then 18B, this is, a grant for Alabama Transportation.
Good afternoon to the committee. So if you may recall, last year we were awarded an A-Trip 2 grant from ALDOT to construct a signal and do some other road improvements on AL 78 9 over adjacent to the Coca-Cola project. So we're about to let that project, it'll let in November, but we have to set up an ordinance in order to be to a point where it's $2 million from the state, but anything over that $2 million we would have to be responsible for. So we just have to have the ordinance in place in case bids come back over 2 million and we have to cover the overage.
Okay, thank you. Madam Pro Tem?
And so if the bids come over,
If it's over 2 million, we have to cover whatever is over 2 million. If it's up to 2 million, the state covers it and there's nothing that the city has to contribute.
okay, would that mean you'd have to come back to us, or this would? keep
No,
it from
this would,
happening?
this would set that up. We probably have to come back to you to identify the specific source to fund it, but yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Council Abbott?
Yeah, so is this the interchange that Coca-Cola will be using primarily to get to their new facility?
Primarily, it's creating a if you come off the ramp now onto Tallapoosa, there's not a signal to turn left to go back towards the new Coca-Cola facility, so it's very challenging for heavy trucks to make that turn. So that's why we're putting this signal in, because rather than going to the right to their current facility off of East Lake Boulevard, they've got to change directions.
Yeah, that's a bad intersection. But it's shockingly expensive.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Okay. Is there a motion and a second?
I move approval.
All in favor, say aye. Aye, the item is passed. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's the end of our old new business. Our next Budget and Finance meeting will be on Monday, September 8th at 3:30 PM. Is there a motion for adjournment?
I move that we adjourn.
All in favor, say aye. Aye, thank you.
Wardeen, I was on a